Welcome back to English 4.0, the radio show. Let's go! Advanced. Hello and welcome back to the program. Welcome to the advanced portion of today's class. Here we are in class 162, and I'm joined today by a very special guest. Very special guest, that is.
Oh.
It's Hannah Cho, ladies and gentlemen, who you all know, of course. Hannah Cho. How are
Hi,
you?
everyone. Hi, Kyle.
Hi. So Hannah was here in the studio, and I said, please, can you please join me? Help me out here.
Yeah, actually, Kyle just slipped me €5.
Yeah.
And I said, okay.
Yeah, she gets €5 a show here to appear.
Yeah.
Guest appearances.
Yeah, and a chocolate bar.
That's right. That's right. So Hannah, of course, you all know, I thought it would be a great idea to have some of the teachers from the TV portion of the course here appearing on the radio show, and maybe Hannah can give a tip or two. What do you think,
Okay.
Hannah?
All right, great. Now, here's a tip for those of you out there wanting to improve their listening comprehension. Well, number one, you're doing something great, which is listening to English. That's what you have to do. You have to train your ears every day, at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes every day. So you can listen to us here on Vaughn Radio, even if it's, something online or on TV, great practice. You can listen to Kyle's radio show, which is great, the Verb Circus, or you can listen to my radio show, East Meets West, here on Vaughn Radio at 2:30 every Friday. So if you want to test your listening comprehension, it's important also to expose your ears to different accents, different styles, because people speak differently. We might have similar accents, but the words that we choose are different and how we shape them. So it's good to listen to a variety of native speakers and go from there.
Yeah, and we have, thank you, Hannah, we have a lot of content that we've created for this course, and I know a lot of the listeners right now are regular Vaughn Radio listeners who maybe listen on the actual radio, but a lot of people are listening online.
Right.
And a lot of people are listening also because they're participating specifically in this course. But if you're not familiar with all the other programs, here on Vaughn Radio, we have a lot of programs with a lot of different accents, different styles, and a lot of really fun shows. And Hannah's show is really, really great. I really enjoyed appearing with you that day on the show.
Yes, you were a great guest.
But it's a really fun show. It's really, really fun. It's really entertaining. And if it's fun, then you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to keep listening, which is important, because then it's a question of exposing yourself more and more, and you keep improving, right?
Right.
Great. Okay, so let's get down to business, Hannah. Here we have, we can start by reviewing yesterday's material. We had a phrasal verb yesterday, which was to draw up.
Redactar.
Redactar, like to draw up. So typically preparing like a formal contract.
Exactly. Documents.
Yeah. Like if you're a lawyer, maybe you draw up a contract.
Right.
You can draw up a will,
Also.
for example. Architects can draw up blueprints.
Right.
Right, architectural plans for a building. And what else? Any other?
Okay, drop presentations.
Yeah,
also?
sure. To draw up a presentation, a proposal, maybe.
Proposal, yeah.
Okay. So how about we'll go with some questions. I'll ask you, and you can give me an answer.
Okay.
Hannah, well, that's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah, question and answer? Who knew? That's a novel
Because
idea.
usually it's question and then I just have to answer myself. But I have a luxury here of having Hannah with me.
Okay,
so
I'll
nice.
answer. Since
right.
I'll need another chocolate bar though.
Have you come back? She just left. No. Okay. Have you drawn up the new version yet?
No, I haven't drawn up the new version yet.
Okay. Are they drawing up the blueprints?
Yes, they're drawing up the blueprints. Or you can say, yes, they're drawing them up.
Nice, nice. That
using
phrasal verb, that's separable.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Ooh, are they drawing up a formal proposal?
Yes, they're drawing up a formal proposal.
Have they drawn up a will?
Yes, they've already drawn up a will. Or you can say, if we use the pronoun, yes, they've already drawn one up.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's a will?
A will. A testamento?
Yeah.
Yeah, testamento.
Yeah. Did they draw up the documents?
Yes, they drew up the documents. Or yes, they drew them up.
Nice. Yes. Have they finished drawing up the contract yet?
Yes, they've already finished drawing up the contract.
Okay. So at home, did you get that? Do you agree with what Hannah said? Because it's important to follow along out loud, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, Hannah, I think we should move on. And right now, well, I'm excited about this. We have our translation list. Translation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our translation list. This is we could say, our second last list, right?
Right.
Number 59.
Oh my gosh, you're almost done.
I know, it's kind of, I've really enjoyed these lists. And, one more list after this one, but let's get down to business. Let's do it. So here, I always end up reading the sentences. How about Hannah will do the Spanish, and we'll see if I can get the English right.
Okay, great.
All right, I'll try my best over here.
All right, so if I make a mistake in my Spanish, please forgive me. All right. I'll do my best.
They're very forgiving.
Okay, good.
The listeners know that let's be honest here, I've been known to make a few mistakes in my Spanish. I'm just going to get that out in the open, but
Yes.
I'm doing my best.
Okay, that's all we can ask
All
for.
right.
Here we go. Number 1. Siempre he tenido un alto concepto de tu compañía.
Okay. I've always had a high regard for your company. Is that good?
Yes.
I've
Correct.
always had a high regard. So to have a high regard for, alto concepto. To have a high regard for,
Yes.
your company.
Okay, good job. Good
Great,
job.
great.
Next, lo cubrí para que nadie lo viera.
Ah, I like that. Para qué? I covered it so that nobody could see it. This is a structure that I find a surprising number of people have a problem with that.
Yes.
So that
Uh-huh.
I hear a lot of people for that I could
Yes.
to cover
Exactly.
to that. I take the umbrellas for not to get no so that.
Exactly.
All right. I take my umbrella so that I can stay dry. It's like saying because it allows me to. And even really high-level students, I find,
Yeah.
often make mistakes with that. So
Yes.
remember, so that. ¿Para qué? So
Exactly.
that.
So that.
Good.
So that. Bien. Tengo una reunión prevista para mañana.
I have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow. I have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow. Do you say scheduled?
Yes. Scheduled.
Yeah, that's
scheduled.
Because some people say
Scheduled.
or
Yes.
similar. But
Yes,
I don't know
no.
if that's a British versus, is that a British
Yes.
versus American thing?
Yes. They say
Scheduled is what I say.
exactly for horario, we say schedule. Like SCH suena como SK, ske. Pero Brits, they say scheduled, schedule.
Yeah.
It's very different, schedule.
Yeah.
It's even hard for me to schedule.
Okay.
Okay. All right. ¿Por qué fijas las reuniones con tanta antelación?
Yeah. Why do you set meetings so far in advance? Why do you set meetings so far in advance? Right? Why? I don't know.
Okay. So, very important. Con antelación is in advance.
Yeah.
In advance. So, con tanta antelación, so far.
Yeah.
So, literalmente tan lejos, ¿no? Tan
Yeah.
lejos con antelación.
Yeah, we don't say with so much, no, right? We
Exactly.
say so far in advance. Why do you set meetings so far in advance? Good.
Espero que tu memoria no te falle.
Ah, yes. I hope your memory doesn't fail you. But I hope here, it's desire, right? I hope your memory doesn't fail you. So it doesn't fail you. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Sé las reglas del juego mejor que la mayoría.
I know the rules of the game better than most. The rules of the game. That was pretty easy, I think.
Yeah, that was almost quite literal, the translation. Okay, déjame un día para investigar el asunto.
Ah, yes. Give me a day to... Ooh, we have a phrasal verb here.
Phrasal verb.
To look into the matter.
Yes.
Give me a day to look into the matter. I need a day. Will you give me a day?
Okay.
Give me a day to look into it. So to investigar, to look into something, you know?
Exactly. So imagine at work, your boss says, hey, there's a problem on the 3rd floor. Look into it.
Yeah.
Investígalo. Look into it.
That's right. And one thing about this that I usually mention to my students, and I don't really see it in any books anywhere, but I think with look into, it's not like a really, really thorough investigation. Like if you have a... If the police catch a criminal for murder, they're not going to just look into it. They're going to do a thorough investigation. So looking into something is with problems that aren't really, really serious. Or you're just investigating, like you're looking into a new car. You're considering the options. Is this one and that one? I'm sort of looking into it.
It's more synonymous, I think, to like getting more information about.
Exactly. Exactly.
Finding out more about something.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hemos ido allí 3 años seguidos.
We've gone there 3 years in a row. In a row. Yeah. Seguidos. It's like saying consecutive. Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Me veré obligado a cambiar de proveedor.
Ah, yes. I will be forced to change suppliers. I'll be forced to change suppliers.
Okay. And also, this is important. Proveedor, in Spanish, it's singular. Okay? But here, in this case, we're using I'll be forced to change suppliers. If you want to make it singular, to change the supplier, my supplier, but here they just use plural because it's más general.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's
to change suppliers.
Yeah, that's right.
Sé por tu acento que no eres español.
I can tell by your accent that you're not Spanish. I can tell by, so I can tell, we say. I can tell by your accent that I'm not Spanish. Can you tell by my accent that I'm not Spanish?
Yeah, I can definitely tell by your accent that you're not Spanish.
Yeah.
And this is important too. Here we're using sé, which is saber. And a lot of people would translate this by saying, I know, I know by or for. I know for your accent that you're not Spanish. No, I can tell. And literally when we say tell, es como puedo notar.
Yeah.
Se nota.
Se nota, yeah.
Right?
You can
Se nota o
it's
noto.
It's like how we say to tell the difference in the sense of distinguir, right? To distinguish.
Distinguir.
Like, can you tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi? To tell the difference, to distinguish the difference. So here I can tell by your accent that you're not Spanish. It's essentially you can tell the difference between my accent and a native person's accent, right?
Right. Sometimes people can't tell the difference between an American accent and a Canadian accent, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people think that you're American.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. I get that all the time.
Yeah, they can't
people
tell.
say to me, what part of the States are you from? I get that
And
a
you
lot.
love that.
Well, it
I'm just kidding. Canadians don't like to be confused for Americans.
well, it's just that we're not. It's just that's all.
Exactly.
Anyway, but yeah. But one thing, one way you can tell the difference, I think the most common way. What's the most common way for you?
Okay, I always listen for about.
Yeah.
About, out, like that. And A.
Yeah,
A.
It's good, eh? Yeah. Because we say I say out and about.
And about. Yeah.
And you would say more out and about?
Out and about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say out and about.
That's kind of a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
A lot of times. People can tell if you're Canadian if you say those things.
It is. And it's funny because I don't notice it. And I think I'm not I know I sound the same as you guys. I don't sound different. And then if I listen to radio, I often listen to radio from Canada or news or something through the internet. And I hear them speaking, and it really stands out. It's like, wow, That's
It is.
clear. But I don't think that I do it myself, but evidently I do.
You don't do it as much, though. You don't
Maybe
do it
not.
as much, no. Okay, and let's see. Voy a asistir en nombre del Club de los Cazadores.
Ooh, nice. I'm going to attend on behalf of, so en nombre de, on behalf of the Hunters Club. On behalf of, yeah, because I'm representing them.
And the last one. Mi mujer siempre se aburre en estas cenas.
My wife always gets bored at these dinners. My wife always gets bored at these dinners. Good.
Okay, good
All
job,
right.
Kyle.
Well, thank you. I tried my best.
You did a great job.
Thank you very much, Hannah. I appreciate that. So at home, did you do all right with that? Now, this was a review from yesterday, so hopefully you did all right. Now, let's move on and take a look at our expression of the day. Expression of the day. Yes, it is time for the expression of the day. Our expression of the day today is to have your ducks in a row. Right? Do you know this one?
Yes, it's a funny little expression.
Yeah. What is it? What does that mean, Hannah? What does this expression mean?
It basically just means to be organized, to have your
Exactly.
things organized and have a plan or know what's going on
Yeah.
and know what you're doing.
Yeah. You could even say, "Come on, get your ducks in a row." Get organized. And then
exactly.
he's always organized. He always has his ducks in a row.
Yes.
So there you go. To have your ducks in a row, to be organized. Yeah, and it's important to be organized. Okay, let's move on now. Here we can talk about something interesting, which is the use of one and you. So you, the second person, when you hear the word you, we're not always referring specifically to you in the second person, right? We very often say, "Oh, you can get that at El Corte Inglés." And I don't just mean you, not exclusively you and no one else. I mean
In general.
anyone. One can get that. I think about this structure with one. I mean, I would never say to you, "Hey, Hannah, one can buy coffee next door." It just sounds maybe the Queen of England would say it,
Exactly.
but nobody that I know.
Or Ben-Hur, maybe.
Yeah. But in modern English, people don't really use this one.
No.
And we would just say you, right? So let's very quickly, practice with a few sentences. I will give you a sentence with one, and you can give me the equivalent with two, all right?
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so one can never take too many precautions.
You can never take too many precautions.
One should always wear a seatbelt.
You should always wear a seatbelt.
One shouldn't swear.
You shouldn't swear.
One must be careful with what they say.
You must be careful with what you say.
One shouldn't steal.
You shouldn't steal.
One can't know everything in the world.
You can't know everything in the world.
All right.
Et voilà.
That's it, exactly. No problem, right? Instead of one, we're using you. And we use you, I would say 99.5% of the time.
Yes.
All right. We're going to run out of time. Let's quickly try our vocabulary of the day.
This is a lightning vocabulary.
Yes. Vocabulary of the day. All right, very quickly, our vocabulary of the day. We'll just do it all in English. Negotiable.
Negotiable.
Negotiable. So if we can negotiate something, it is negotiable. The yellow pages.
Páginas amarillas.
Páginas amarillas.
Of course.
Yeah, the yellow
Directory.
pages. To betray. Right? To betray.
Traicionar.
Yes. And to devise. To devise a plan. Diseñar, idear. To devise a clever plan. Who knows? ¿Quién sabe? Who knows? ¿Quién sabe? Well, that's the last word.
Good job.
Thank you. We're out of time. We're more than out of time, but thank you for listening. Thank you very much for being here today, Hannah.
Thank you, Kyle.
And we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.